Welcome everyone to a series I'm calling Collector Chronicles. I don't think that serious clients and collectors get enough glory for what they do, so this series is meant to give them the time to share their journey. Enjoy.
My name is Gabriel. I'm from São Paulo, Brazil. I work with agronomy and we plant grapes and make wine. Well, it's not really a decision, like an impulsive decision. It's more like a dream that you think about all the time and save up to it and plan for it. Get the balls one day to reach out in a serious way, so you're not wasting anyone's time and trying to do it the right way. It's all about mustering up the energy and money and courage, to reach out and as anyone would, because once you do it, you can't back out. I mean, you can, but as an artist, it sucks so much when your client runs away from you like last minute. And it's kind of understandable because you get so nervous and you're changing your body permanently. Most people don't take it that seriously until it's time, right? And sometimes they just back out. So that's kind of what I thought before I reached out. I thought about it for a long time. First time I saw Ty's work was, I think, 2012 or something like that, on Instagram, and that's just when I was totally blown away by texture he put in the skin, and that's when the dream started. And as time went on, I felt like I could do it, be a client, reach out and be one of those people that have his art. And the more I thought about it, the more secure, the more confident I felt to actually wear his art. And it would have to be just the whole experience of coming over, getting to know Ty, like getting the myth out of my head. You imagine everything one way, and when you meet people, it's very liberating, because you get out of your head and now you're experiencing it, and you have a chance to interact in a more sincere way, and that trade, that trade to me is very valuable. Talking, and Ty took me hiking the first time I came here, and he took me to see these prehistorical markings on this rock. That was amazing. Stuff like that, just there's no price to that stuff. So other than coming over and getting a tattoo, is just a whole experience of finding out a different culture and experiencing the desert, whole mishmash of emotions. And I don't know, the same way I don't really think about the best stuff, I don't really think about the worst stuff either. I would have to say that the pain of getting tattooed isn't great, but at the same time, it's part of the experience. If there wasn't any pain, I probably wouldn't give it the same value that it has to me. So the pain is kind of bad, but it's not bad in itself. It's just hard. I'd say the worst thing would be to have the tattoo, the opportunity of getting tattooed be so distant. Like, I live in another continent. That's, to me, the worst part. I wish I could have gone back to finish it earlier. And the pandemic hit like a year after we did the second session, or a year or so. So that kind of slowed things down for me as well. So this is the third. I think the first one was 2018. And then the second was 2019. I'm not sure, man. I get so lost in time. It changed, comparing to other tattoos, it's the one that least changed my mindset, because it relaxed me. Like, I only change my mindset that much when something affects me negatively. When it's positively, it just reinforces whatever I'm feeling. So in that sense, it was just 100% positive. I never felt insecure about anything, about leaving with the tattoo unfinished, or, you know, it always looked good as well. It's like since the first session, and it already looked good. So it didn't make me feel any type of insecurity or anything like that. There's not a very specific meaning for me, as in like, oh, I did this because of that, or to help me with this specific reason. But in a general sense, it helps me take control of my narrative as someone who has always dealt with depression and kind of let things happen to me in order to avoid confrontations and avoid conflicts. By coming over here and experiencing this, it just helped me feel more confident in asserting what's right for me and what's not. You know, learning how to say no is a journey. People are usually like blown away, and they're always trying to understand it. I guess that's one of the things that I always feel when people are diving into it and, like, you know, analyzing it. They're always trying to figure out what it is and what it represents for me. And yeah, and it's impossible to explain because it's about what I said earlier about, you know, helping me take control of my narrative and making me feel good in my own skin. And for me personally, I'm not interested in symbols and you know, archetypes and all that stuff, because I'm always finding new meanings to everything that I see. So I try not to have something too specific so that it wouldn't be casted in the meaning, and the tattoo is gonna forever evolve with me, which not only to me but to everyone else who sees it. You know, they'll be like, oh, that's a cross, you Christian. Like, oh, I'm not Christian anymore, but you know, what does that mean to me now? It will have a different meaning, but it will still be casted into a general sense of what that archetype means, you know, to the world, which is, you know, it doesn't depend on only one point of view. It's been very enlightening, this experience, just to get to know an artist that I admire in a personal level, and getting to have his art in my skin is it's a very intense experience, and you know, just amazing, you know. So thank you, Ty. It's been amazing, and I guess my next dream would be to get a tattoo by Ty and Gayatsan on my front panel. It's still clear, saving it up for a special occasion. It's my last panel in my body.